Welcome back everyone, John Pan here with another video. Today we got some really exciting news. We have the first look of the roadmap for Limbus Company. They have content planned all the way up until October, so it's very exciting news. I'm going to be giving you guys my impressions and first thoughts about it, as well as my predictions for how I see these events going. For those guys who don't know, I also stream on Twitch, so after this video goes live, I'll be streaming on Twitch for about 4 hours. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, also let me know down in the comment section down below. We're going to hop right into it with March. First and foremost, I want to say big thank you to Project Moon. They've been great so far, even though there has been some issues with their launch. They've been really transparent, really open, and they're doing their best to fix issues. And you know what? From a company, that is amazing. Day one, really hammering it, all the kinks and knots out. Love it. Have to say, love the game so far. Now, our first big update is going to be 3.16. March 16th, they're going to be rolling out the thread excavation, experience excavation, as well as better mirror dungeon rewards. What these three main things are going to entail is how we have our mirror worlds right now. There's going to be separate dungeons where you can spend your stamina on either getting specifically threads or specifically experience. So it basically, instead of having all your rewards just kind of spread out, given to you, it seems like this is going to be a way for you to be able to target specifically thread and specifically experience, which is very nice. They're also going to be introducing better mirror dungeons. From what I understand is that they're going to be including lunacy as one of the currencies that you'll be able to get as your rewards. Obviously, there's going to be a cap of how much you can get per week, but from it, what it sounds like, you'll be able to save up a 10 pull in about 3 to 4 weeks, which is honestly not bad for free-to-play players, especially if you're getting all the other free stuff you get from logging in, playing the game, and from your battle pass. Very, very nice. Combat adjustments, I'm very interested to see how they change combat, because right now there are a few things in the combat that just aren't told that are very important. An example would be sanity. You know, a hidden value with sanity is that each percent of sanity gives you a percent chance to roll higher on your roll. And so, for example, if you're at 45 sanity, you get plus 45%, so your chance of succeeding your coin toss is 95%, but only for the first roll, and not all the subsequent rolls. And that is only information that you know if you data mine the game. And that is something that's very important, because the logic does not carry through. So hopefully they either come up with a tutorial or explain the combat better, because right now there is definitely gimmicks that definitely still require a lot of work. Also, ammo definitely needs a rework. I love my ammo carrier like Ishmael and Heathcliff, but oh my god, it sucks not being to reload ammo. Just telling you that right now. The big event that's going to be happening next is going to be the new hires attendance reward. This is where we're probably going to see the most influx of new players. You're going to get a ton of good rewards. I'm assuming, and what it sounds like, there might be a new identity that's associated with the attendance reward. From what I've known from other gacha games, is usually when a brand new game releases, they'll usually give away a slightly premium, mediocre character for free to everyone. Maybe like the similar of how everyone who starts a game gets like their 3-star Honglu, or not Honglu, get a 3-star Yisong. Yeah, it's that sword guy. Anyways, this event, they're probably going to give away something similar. A character that's 3-star, but might not be very good synergy, but is a strong standalone unit. But looking forward to it, we'll see what happens, but expect a lot of free goodies here, so take a look out on this event. Next thing to take a look is going into April. Obviously, we're going to have the new egos, new identities, extractions. The one thing I will say is that the game is still not complete quite yet, obviously. I would say the game is 80% complete, because you can tell when they released the game, Otis is the character that doesn't have a 3-star. She does not have a 3-star currently, so if you guys like Otis and you want to have like 3-star Otis, you can't have her. She's not in the game quite yet. That being said, same thing with egos. We only have 6 egos that you can get that are not part of the battle pass, so we're still missing the other 6 for the other characters. So looking forward to seeing the rest of this. I'm pretty sure that's what these new extractions are going to be. It's just going to be filling out the roster, so everyone will have a 3-star and everyone will have an ego. Hopefully we'll have new egos that have different synergies that plays very well against Poise, Tremor, Bleed, Burn, because right now you can see that there is those mechanics in the game, but it's just that right now you don't have enough units that can make a cohesive team composition that will work well with stuff like Burn or Bleed. Now, our next big event is going to be 3.5, Hell's Chicken. Not gonna lie, when I saw this, I thought this was Hell's Kitchen, but no, it's Hell's Chicken, not Gordon Ramsay, okay? What's interesting to see is that down here it says the event itself opens for a limited period of time, but the story content will remain available. The event may reappear in the future. So it's interesting and also confusing at the same time. If I understand this like an anime, Chapter 3.5 is essentially going to be a movie in an anime series. That's how I interpret it as. It's going to be something storyline related that isn't needed to make this main story make sense, but it's a nice little tidbit of lore. It's like One Piece, if you guys watch anime, where you could watch the movie and there's some lore from the movie that you can extrapolate to the main story, but realistically you don't need to watch the movie and the main story will still make sense. And I think that's how they're going to be doing the Chapter 3.5 event. But the interesting is that they're going to be keeping the story content available. So what that means, from what my understanding, is that there'll be stages in this event that you can clear, and I'm sure you can get your rewards as well, which is 40 lunacy each time you clear. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be an EX challenge, so you can get those challenges as well. So people will be able to get premium currency out of this event. And even when the event's over, so whenever you get your login rewards, your completing missions, because I'm sure there's going to be a mini battle pass style for Hell's Kitchen, like milestones and check marks that if you complete a certain thing, then you get some rewards. I'm pretty sure that once this event is over, that disappears, but you'll still be able to go through the story and collect your lunacy from completing the stages as well as doing the EX challenge, which is very cool. I think this is a good way of doing events because, number one, it provides more content to the game, and number two, it's not content you're going to take away. Since if there's one thing that doesn't make sense, is people make content for games events, and then after the event's done, they take it off. I'm just like, but why? I mean, in this case, if you just leave it there, people can still experience it, and it just saves yourselves the time from having to take things on and off. I think this is a really good way of doing events, because whenever there's an event that reappears again, the asset's already there, and you can just go into those dungeons, do whatever milestones you need to do to get those rewards, and that's very nice. I really like this point so far. Next big thing to note is in May, we're going to get the next update to the main story for Chapter 4, Part 1. Now, this is interesting because they've broken this down into, from what it seems like, 3 parts. So throughout the entire month of May, we're going to get Part 1, Part 2, and this main story is going to finish on Part 3, right here on the 6th month. So that means either A, they're going to release the story bit by bit throughout the month, or B, they're going to release the story at the end once it's done. Regardless, we're going to get more content, which is going to be very exciting. And I'm really looking forward to it, because if there's anything that I've known, this game is essentially the Dark Souls of gacha. I like how it's difficult, there's a level of mechanic involved, and the game is not afraid to not tell you things, which I think is very Dark Soul-esque. I will tell you that right now. Dark Soul does not explain much, and it leaves much to the imagination of that you have to figure it out, and I think that's not a bad way of approaching this game, the Dark Souls of gacha. The next roadmap that we're going to be getting is the Battle Pass, which is going to be entering into Season 2. From what it looks like, it's going to be in progress, and it will probably release either at the end of June or maybe at the beginning of July. And then we're going to have some mini events in August. We're going to get Chapter 5 on September, and then we're going to have Halloween, which is what I'm assuming is the Walpurgisnacht Festival. I'm butchering whatever this is, but I'm excited. Now, when it comes to game development, this timeline, I can assure you, the first 2 months, these are relatively going to be on time. But everything afterward is going to be a coin flip. Not because they're not working hard, but because game development takes so much time, so much effort, play testing, balancing, Jesus Christ, porting everything, just all of that is not simple. So I truthfully believe that as long as they hit the major milestones of big events like the attendance reward, the Hell's Kitchen, the main story update, and obviously the Battle Pass once it resets, and also the October update, as long as they hit those big milestones, I think it's okay. Realistically, it would be nice in a perfect world if a game says, oh, we're gonna release this content on this date, then you expect that content to come out on that date. But if there's anything that I do know is that it's gonna take some time, there's probably gonna be issues, and probably certain dates are gonna get pushed back. So this is just a rough timeline. Don't keep the developers, to their words. Don't be like, you said this was coming out and and it's not coming out right now. Come on, guys. Be more mature. But what I'm saying is the expectation for this timeline is actually pretty fair. From what it looks like, Project Moon has like a really solid team, so I expect them to be able to follow this timeline pretty well. And even if they don't follow this timeline to the T, I'm pretty sure what's going to end up happening is people are going to complain, and then the company's going to apologize and give us free currency, and we're going to be happy because we get free polls, yada yada yada. The cycle will repeat itself. But what I'm saying is, don't be mean to the developers. They've been great. I don't know any of the developers, but as someone who's kind of gone through the struggles of what they do a little bit, I truly feel for them. So far, this has been an amazing game. Been really enjoying my experience with this game. I'm looking forward to all the new content that's coming out with the events, as well as the new identities and egos. My biggest thing I'm looking forward to is the combat adjustments, because oh my lord, this combat system is very interesting. It's giving me Brave Frontier vibes, Final Fantasy XPS. And for those guys who don't know what I'm talking to, it's essentially a gacha game, but that game only survived because of the community, because that game had a combat system that is also very not transparent. So hopefully the game developers can give us more insights to this combat adjustments, as I would kind of like to know how my numbers affect what things and how I can properly play this game. Anyways, John Panio signing out. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down in the comments section down below. And I'll be streaming on Twitch right now after this video is posted up for like 4 hours. Anyways, see you guys later. See you on stream or in the next video. Signing off. Bye for now.